What's good? What's good? Camera was good.
Hey, Tom.
Dan, what's going on?
Long time, Chief. How are you?
Yeah, man. So, funny story. So we recorded an episode just before the Euros,
Yeah.
and we made some social media posts saying we're back from gardening leave. And whatnot. And I'm sure people were expecting to see that episode.
Yeah.
So that episode is lost, but we found it.
Yeah.
So we had to go back to gardening leave. I think the grass was not as green yet. So we're back now. It's game week 3. The leagues have started.
Yeah.
And we are. It's a special episode because firstly, it's the first of the season. Secondly, we have 2 inaugural fantasy league winners.
Yes, we do.
Right?
Yes, we do.
The one the one is sitting here next to me.
Champion.
So we've got KG. He's the
Euro.
manager of Manchester United.
Oh yeah.
He won the Euro 2024 Fantasy League this past
He won
summer.
it just, but he won it just.
Yeah, but what? 5-7 points?
Yeah, just. But hey, a win is
A
a
win
win.
is a win
A
is a
win
win,
is
man.
a win.
So he's joining us today. And then, yeah, we've been wanting to give flowers to our inaugural Fantasy League winner, EPL Fantasy League winner. We were supposed to do it on the last tape recording.
The last time.
He didn't pitch up. And then sadly, we found out a week later after we did that recording that Marvel passed away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The manager of Sakawena, that was his team.
Great guy.
So he won Fantasy League last season, 23-24, but unfortunately he passed away. So we attributing. You see this T-shirt. Let me actually show you. Front 2023-24 FPL winner.
Yeah.
So we have renamed the Fantasy League to add Marvel in it. So it's the Spy2 Vodcast Marvel FPL.
Yes.
That sounds dope.
As a tribute to him for the rest of the season as our inaugural winner. So big ups to him. It was quite weird when we updated the log yesterday. There was no Sakawena there.
Hey.
You know, it was quite surreal. But yeah, man. Hopefully he's the. So now we actually have a Fantasy League angel.
Yeah.
We've got a Fantasy League angel.
It's a nice way to put it.
Yeah. So congrats to him. So hopefully somebody else will win. Well, obviously somebody else will win. Good luck to everyone. So we actually thought that we also want to give flowers to the guys who are clever in naming their teams. So we're going to have an award for the coolest team name, right? So I know our current number 1 is his team name is I Jota Feeling, right? So that's really cool. There's another one Chua Many, which it's like if you play on words, it's one too many.
Yeah.
You know, so join the Fantasy League. There's the code. Hook us up with cool names. We'll try and make it interesting again. The prizes will always be better and better every season. We're trying to get a sponsor. If you're a sponsor, please,
Help us out,
hook us up with cool hampers, vouchers, cash, products, gadgets. Let's give our fellow fans motivation to come play.
Yeah.
I also realized one thing. So the Saudi Pro League has Fantasy League.
Yes, you told me, yeah.
So, light bulb moment.
Yeah.
We've decided to have the Saudi Pro League,
Oh,
Fantasy
wow.
League.
Nice.
So we'll share the league code on the socials. It's running here on the screen as well. We'll put it down here where you normally subscribe and click and do all those funny
That's
YouTube
actually
things.
exciting because it's gonna force us to have to learn about the league.
Yeah.
But there's nice players that are just going there now.
Yeah.
I saw the other day Joao Cancelo just signed.
Yeah, Joao Cancelo.
Yeah.
Ivan Toney.
Ivan Toney, dog.
you know what I
like,
mean?
yeah.
I mean, there's so while creating this league, I actually went through. So okay, it's simple. Actually, it's not as difficult as people might think. If you are playing the Fantasy Premier League, it is literally carbon copy
Yeah.
of that. So when you go in transition, it's easy to create your team,
and
and
get
all of that,
leagues
and you know, some of the cool chips, the cool perks. You can have 2 captains in one game.
Oh, nice.
So imagine you've got Mitrovic and Cristiano.
Oh,
You know what I mean? Or Mitrovic and Neymar.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's pretty interesting. And another interesting thing, as you say, is it was actually interesting for me to see the players that are actually there.
Yeah.
Players that I actually didn't think were there.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of players that came from Europe that are now playing in the
Yeah,
Saudi.
bro, like Frank Kessie, Brozovic.
You know what I mean? I saw Brozovic, I saw kids. I'm like, hey, okay.
Yeah,
This is
Firmino.
proper.
It's proper. It's
You
proper.
know what I mean?
Firmino, yeah, bro.
Fabinho, you know,
Yeah.
Kante,
Yeah.
Laporte, Emerick Laporte, who was at Man City.
Yeah.
Bobby
So-
Firmino.
Bobby Firmino, you know,
He's also there.
I mean, Diaby, who just got sold from Aston Villa,
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
So
So it's got proper players.
Yeah.
and I'm listening to these pundits, right? They're like, they're going to lesser league. These players, they'll never play for their country again. It's a lesser league. And when I was looking at these players, and I'm like, but yes, professionally, perhaps the quality of football is not there yet.
Okay.
But you're looking at the players that are being attracted to this league.
Yeah.
My man, give it 2-3 years.
No, absolutely. N'Golo
You know what
Kante
I mean?
played now for France. I mean, they're still,
100%,
they're still
and
playing
he
for their
looked good.
Exactly.
He was probably group stage man of the match. in
He
all
was.
those
He
three games.
absolutely was.
You know what I mean?
So they're
Yeah.
doing good. So
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So we've created a league, a fantasy league. Please join it.
Actually, I have to join it. Yeah, I haven't joined it.
Yeah, obviously my team is the first one. But yeah, please join. It's going to be cool to learn about the
they
league
started already?
itself. They're on game week 3 as well.
okay, I might just take you on.
Yeah.
this.
So the cool thing is that the way they tally the points, it's per game week. So
Oh, okay.
game week 1 and 2 is closed.
All right.
So the next time they're gonna start counting the scores is game week 3. So our league will also start from game week 3.
Okay, makes
So
sense.
so
makes
we've
sense,
got 2 weeks literally
Yeah.
to get our teams
Set up the
registered,
squad.
set up your squad, have a look, go to YouTube or whatever, check out a few highlights, see which players you like.
You know,
let's
it should
play
be
this.
cool because now that we're gonna have the league, it'd be really cool to actually have access to the Saudi Pro League to show like highlights. And different ways that we can talk about the different games and
The
stuff.
different
to
games,
give you
yeah,
guys like
100%.
more of a in-depth look into
Yeah,
the
into
actual
the
league
league,
because it's new, no?
Yeah.
It's new. People, of course, the image of you just go there for money. It's not really good,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
But if we showcase like,
Yeah.
you know, this is a league that's clearly attracting people to actually play.
And it's not as low quality as maybe people
as,
may think.
as people assume, it's honestly,
Yeah.
it's really not, bro.
Yeah.
It's not.
And they've got
It's not like the
fans.
you guys remember the Indian Premier League where they were naming teams after the some of the European teams, like there was Atletico de Calcutta. that was so cool, man.
Mumbai Barcelona.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah,
But that's
was
cool though.
it was cool. You know, it was cool. So I guess they took that concept and then
Yeah.
put it into cricket, and then
Yeah,
you
that
know what I mean.
works.
That
Yeah,
worked,
yeah,
yeah,
that
because
works,
India is a cricket country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So yeah, join the fantasy leagues. Champions League is starting in 2 weeks, which means Champions League, Fantasy League will start again. Also up for grabs, accolades, really cool T-shirts. So
Which means I have to defend my title.
yes, you have to. No, wait, you didn't win the Champions League.
Didn't I?
No, you didn't win it. So we've got, as you can see, Euro 2024 Fantasy League
Champion.
Spy2 Vodcast champion
Yes.
to Smega United.
Yes.
Number 10.
So yeah, Spy2.
Of course.
I mean, you can't be throwing nutmegs and Spy2s and you're not wearing number 10.
Dango. Thank you so much, man.
And then because we've got an aspiring football fan, this is for your baby boy.
Yeah.
My dad is the Euro 2024 Spy2 Vodcast Fantasy League
I can
champion.
tell he's absolutely
How
gonna
man,
love
so you
this.
came up with that?
Yeah.
It's gonna He's gonna absolutely love it. I'm telling
So
you
I
now.
can imagine the bride days. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
bro.
or the play dates. Then
Thanks,
now
Mijumi.
your trophy.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, bro. This is cool.
Oh, snap.
This is sick, bro.
I wasn't expecting that.
Your trophy that you will have for the next 4 years.
Oh,
Because the Euros are like every 4 years, literally.
Yeah, you must point to the camera there.
So now at least when you get home, you can put it there. It's a nice trophy for you.
This is dope, man. Thank
Yeah,
you,
bro.
Mega United.
Mega United.
Campeones.
I must tell you one day how I came up with this mega name, man. But
Yeah, actually, you should tell us. You should tell us how you came up with this mega
No,
name.
it's not even that deep, right? So I'm driving to Soweto, Leotia, neighbor.
Yeah.
And I literally come across this, it's a little corner there. There's a white wall and this big handwriting, VW Mechanic, Brasmega. And then these are the numbers.
Yeah.
Brasmega. This is the coolest name I have ever heard in my life. Brasmega. From now on, call me Smeg.
Yeah, that's right. That's
Dude,
my name.
This
Call
is
me
about
Smeg,
5 years ago. That name is caught on, bruh. Smega everywhere. So I
So
love
now
it.
you've got Mega United
So now it's
imprinted.
imprinted in history.
Yeah.
Smega United.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
This is dope. Thank you, bro.
Yeah,
This is
It's
very
all
dope.
good.
Yeah.
It's all good. So
Shout out Brasmega.
yeah, shout out to Smega United.
Oh, yeah?
Shout out to KG.
Sure.
So yes, we might not be pundits, we might not be anchors, we might not be journalists, we might
what?
not be
Oh, what?
all this mainstream stream stuff. We might not have sponsors, but you know, we give flowers to people
To the
that
winners,
deserve
most.
flowers.
Yeah.
To the best of the best.
Man, because of the feeling that this is giving me,
Yeah.
I want this to go on.
Yeah.
Like it feels so nice to be acknowledged. Because I mean, we sit late at night and we plan these teams, and you know,
Like 5 minutes
we are
before.
invested, my friend. You know?
Like with Champions League, it's always for me 5 to 6 because I first gotta check who's in the lineup.
Yeah.
Yeah, team sheets.
Team sheets, then I say, okay.
Exactly.
Then you know what I mean?
So
Yeah.
I want this to go on with the next person.
Yeah.
So I want to pledge now. I'm definitely gonna help with the prize for Champions League win. Unless if it is me, then
Who
you
wins
must.
it?
But if it's not me, I'll definitely pitch in and
that's
help
dope,
out
that's
so that
dope.
we can do this for the next
More
person.
often.
Yeah.
And look, a lot of us fans, we are married. We've got WAGs. Okay,
Yeah.
WAGs. WAG is not a bad word, guys. WAGs is an acronym for wives and girlfriends. All right.
Nothing wrong with that.
So we've got WAGs, right? And a lot of the times, we play these fantasy leagues. We have these WhatsApp groups. You know, we watch football pretty much as we can.
Yeah.
And they never understand, right? So stuff like this, when you go home and you're like, baby, I won the fantasy league. Here's my trophy, you know, and you can put it up there. It's like a proud moment, you know. It's pretty cool. Hopefully, it gives them motivation to say, you know, yeah. But actually, we should have made a T-shirt for hubby. My hubby is a fantasy.
Because I can already tell she's gonna be so jealous.
So that's motivation for you to win now, Champions League, so that you can get it.
So she can get whatever.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
that's
but
so
yeah,
funny.
it's man. I think this is really cool.
Yeah, it's cool,
we
man.
encourage a lot more of you guys to play fantasy league. It will be bigger. It will be better once we get sponsors. Hopefully, it will be even. You know, we'll have a whole bunch of people. I mean, we've got 21 teams
So far.
I
The competition is tough.
Yeah,
boy.
it would be cool to have the top 10 managers at the end of the season to come here and we speak football and you know, all of that stuff.
That'll be fine.
Yeah, man.
But I must say, nah,
Yeah.
what I like about this whole structure now that we've got going, especially with the new Saudi League and everything, is that we need to promote, like, as much as we know football is for everyone and we all love it and it's the biggest sport in the world and everything. Some people, most people, football ends at the TV or ends at the stadium. This thing is a daily...
It's a daily thing, daily consumption.
What's it called? The Premier League themselves, they've got the fan zone channel.
Yeah.
Just for
for fans.
Just for fans because of how rich, you know, and the fans honestly make the sport, to be fair.
Yeah, true.
Right, we make the sport. So I think, extending this to all ages,
of course,
all genders, all walks of life.
All ages on Fantasy League, but you must watch this when you're 18 and above. Please.
Of course.
Yeah, we don't want parents coming
Yeah,
in.
no.
Now they hear the kids talking some banter there. They wait to hear this.
Yeah.
So man, join the Fantasy League. The code is here. We'll share the code on the socials. We'll always update the log every week. Good luck to the champions. And give us those names. We'll have a really cool award for the names.
But so now that the league is good, and you know I'm second there, as you guys can see.
But my man,
you know,
it's only best day too, man.
You're second, but you're second, but you're not going to win the prize, my man.
Listen.
Imagine now the crew win now. We are giving ourselves
automatically disqualified.
We're colluding to give ourselves a prize.
Oh, I must get something, boss. Even a young coffee guy. But in terms of the transfer window closed.
Yes.
Closed officially.
Yeah.
What are the biggest shocks? For me, the biggest shock.
Chief.
The biggest shock for me is Sterling.
Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Look, okay. For me, people are saying no, he's got the experience. He's a good fit. All of that, but he's not really producing, bro.
I mean, that guy hasn't played well in a while.
For the past 2 years, even at Chelsea, he wasn't really producing.
Yeah, he wasn't the Sterling from City. He's been.
So you know what? So he's on a decline.
I think so too. But you know what it is, bro? I think let's give him a chance because he wasn't happy staying at Chelsea. And you know, when you're not happy emotionally in the right space, it always affects your performance. The fact that they wanted him, go Arsenal, you know, that could be just the right kind of. And he might surprise. I reckon Sterling has got a good 3-4 seasons left in him still.
Yeah, I mean, he's only 29.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He's technically in his prime.
And he's good. Like, we've seen him at the highest level.
It's just a confidence thing. I think he'll surprise us. I'm actually a bit scared.
And you know, I was quite shocked at the way the announcement was made. It's like 2 weeks before the window closes.
Yeah, I mean, now something was wrong there because there was even an article that came out where the coach said, "I've got no plans for Sterling." So something was happening there behind the scenes.
It's kind of like you put a player, because at the end of the day you're a player, but you're still an individual.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden you've got 2 weeks to hopefully.
Yeah.
And you know what? One of these pundits on mainstream actually said that, you know, it's funny how when players are the ones that quit a club and leave either for supposedly more money or because they're labeled mercenaries, going to the Saudi league or you're going to a rival league, you're a traitor, you're this, you're that. But when a club does that to you, the fans don't come and say, "Hey,
why
you're
you
being a bully, treating him,
why are you treating a player like this?"
I mean, look at the Conor Gallagher thing. Conor Gallagher was captain of Chelsea last season.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not saying he's the greatest midfielder of all time.
But I mean, he's a player.
I mean,
You understand, homegrown, grew up at Chelsea, he's now captain.
He deserves more respect.
He was the most consistent player at his level of play.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And now you literally just saying, "Nah, man, we don't need you." But
and then they do a deal, which I don't think is gonna work too well with João Felix.
nah, guys,
I don't know,
I think for me, João Felix is still underrated. He's still prime.
Okay, but he hasn't shown.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
In recent times, of course, before but in recent
I mean,
times,
even
hasn't shown.
since he moved to Atletico, he never really showed that. But there's a player there, guys. For me, there's a player there.
I don't disagree with you.
I honestly think he's gonna shock a lot of football people who have written him off because of his bad stints at Barca on loan. I mean, when he came to Chelsea, his first leg, he came, he scored a few goals, he made an assist, then he got a red card. But then by the time he
that was it.
And that was it.
Yeah.
So in those 2-3 games that he played, I mean, he's in my fantasy league. Like as soon as he was officialized, I went to fantasy league. He's there 6.5.
Yeah.
Patches. And what did he do? He scored.
Yeah. No, I'm with you on that.
So
one.
I think there's something there. He just needs to
For me,
prove.
João Felix is like a Jota. to me. In terms of if he wants to win a game, he'll win a game.
Yeah.
Like I think he's that good, to be very honest with you. Like Jota.
And that's why I think they can play him as a 9. I don't think Chelsea need a 9. I think they can play Joao Felix there.
Yeah.
They play
Do you think because
Neto on the left?
But do you think it's because of the English defense? Like the way of playing England, like don't you think that because a lot of clubs, apart from like maybe Arsenal, they like to have taller, more physical strikers. Just because the defensive players tend to be stronger, and then Felix. But then
Chelsea is known for that big, strong number 9.
You see, but then at the same time, I can argue my own point to say, but Aguero was never.
That's what I'm saying.
Aguero was never the strongest guy.
But Aguero was an anomaly, bro. You can't use it.
No, he was
That guy was a beast level.
No, he was on some other.
But I'm just saying, like in terms of like the stature.
He's short, he's stocky.
But Felix is not stocky, but he's short, but he's skillful, he's quick, he's agile, so it can work. I think because we've had like, Carlos Tevez, we've had your shorter strikers in the past, But
who's your transfer surprise?
Hey, like, I don't know how to feel about this one, but now we've just loaned out Jadon Sancho. This Sancho situation really hurts me. This Jadon situation really hurts me. That boy can play, as far as I'm concerned, macho. Jadon Sancho, I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but
you are one of very few people who actually think Jadon Sancho is a player.
I used to watch this guy from Borussia Dortmund. So I grew up with Jadon Sancho. I've seen him play. I know what he's capable of. We've had glimpses of it, Coman. We've had glimpses of it. But there hasn't been a coach that's gotten the best out of him. And I'm scared that right now, all this that's happening around him is actually going to mess him up. There's no...
Even more.
You know what I mean? I wish Sancho was there, say Alex, because he could get that mental thing out of him. You know what I mean? So I'm a little bit disappointed that we loaned him out. I'm not going to talk bad about my team or anything. Mara Ten Hag is on thin ice with me, I'll tell you now, hey? So that's probably one.
Hey, man. What's going on? What's good? Ten Hag has been on thin ice with Man United fans since he's been there.
And I was one of those guys when he came in, because I also, again, knew him from Amsterdam. And I thought to myself, you know what? This guy, pragmatic, man. It might not be the English football. It's not typically what we play. But I've always seen his vision. I thought to ourselves, he's given 2 seasons.
Right.
He's gonna fix.
Now he's those 2 seasons are behind him now.
Yeah. Hey, I don't know, man. Let's talk after today's game.
Your signings, Mazraoui,
Zexi. I'm happy about Mazraoui.
Ugarte.
Yeah. De Ligt, star quality. I mean, star. I see him being there forever and ever. He's a 25-year-old boy. He's definitely going to be integral. Yeah, also has a point to prove. I mean, so definitely him. I'm not excited about Zexi, but what I've seen so far, it's okay. I think for me, there was no other player who was going to impress me, go strikers, unless if it's a top-class, proper number 9.
Victor Osimhen.
Exactly.
That's why I said, like, Man United should have just jumped on that dude.
100. And now...
You know what I mean?
100%. And you know what's happening now with Victor is sad, because he's now being shut out. Now he's got a season of, you know what I mean?
He's just going to sit there and eat that 300
Ten Hag could have read the situation and bought him. Because that's what we need, I think. I think we need a proper strike. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I don't know. Probably my best signing for me would be De Ligt. I think De Ligt this season, yeah.
Okay.
I'll take what I can take.
What do you think about Onana saying that he's going to take more risks this season?
He has to take more risks this season. Onana, look, we all know he's good, right? Right. We bought him because of the quality that he has. I think he got scared by the big stage in his first season, if I'm honest with you.
That big ego.
Eyes promising.
That guy's got a big ego. That guy was telling Rigobert's song to go fly kite at the AFCON. That guy's got a big ego. You know what I'm saying?
He went back. He left.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And also,
surely the stage
but
couldn't
even
have...
say pressure, my man, at where was it before? At Inter,
At Inter.
Yeah, comes from Inter Milan, yeah.
Man, Champions League, biggest
Champions League
stage,
final.
he was...
You should never forget, we tend to think that these leagues are on the same level. And I know, I'm not saying anything bad about Serie A, but the PL is something totally different.
Manchester United has not played Champions League in a long time. These niggas.
Is that the only measure?
These dudes were in Champions League final.
Is that the only measure? And I want to make a correction. We haven't played in Champions League. We've played in the Champions League light. It's still Champions League. Please put some respect on our team.
Champions League light.
It is still Champions. It's Europa Champions. You know what I mean? So let's respect the system. But anyway,
Wow.
So the Premier League can be overwhelming, and I think he's been a little bit. I'm happy to hear him say he wants to take more risks, wants to put himself out there, because we've seen this magic go into, and I mean we've seen it now as well. You know what I mean? So for me, that's a positive thing. That's a positive thing if he's saying that. If we're getting that sort of confidence out of him, then yeah, I know. I'm looking forward to that. Promise you.
And then the biggest loser in terms of transfer.
Oh, I can tell you hands down, Man City with Alvarez. I think they're gonna regret that decision.
Hey, dog.
Really?
You think so?
Alvarez is a superstar.
Alvarez is
It's good for him, and apparently he pushed for it. Apparently he asked.
Yeah, I think his main thing was he wanted to play in the important game.
Yeah.
So obviously, you know.
And I think, to be honest, I hate that we lost him.
Yeah.
To be very honest, because I mean, last season, bro.
Yeah, I mean, he played like 38 games.
the way he came in clutch,
Yeah.
almost every time is
And he scored really vital goals.
No, he did.
bro.
He
He's
scored
got
proper goals.
to be honest, bro. We've won the league with
definitely his help.
great
Yeah.
effort from him.
Yeah, for
right.
sure.
But I think, like as Diego Simeone at Atletico, he's that type of very like hands-on, like his personality gives off hands-on. You know, he's very emotional. He doesn't hide his emotions. He doesn't know how to. You know, he says how he feels. Having a coach like that, and of course, I think also being having that national, connection.
Of course, yes.
It will. There's respect there as well, but I think he will be able to really take Alvarez and just
Elevate
and like especially my mindset, because Diego Simeone is the one coach I can say from whenever I was conscious about football and became a coach, he's never cared about what anybody says. Doesn't care how you feel.
Doesn't care about your ego.
Whatever you say. If you're not the guy, you're not the guy.
Yeah.
Alvarez is the guy.
And that's how I look at it. I define loss in this. It's not even about money. It's about the fact that you're right. Simeone is gonna get that out of him, and he's gonna be this amazing.
Bro, he's gonna be that guy, bro.
So they lost out in that regard. In that regard, I mean, look, they've got Haaland, so I mean, they're not gonna complain. Maybe.
Yeah, and he's in the best shape of his life, as he says.
He really is.
Dog,
Did you see the hat-trick yesterday? Another one.
2 hat-tricks, 3 games. Come on.
Yeah, this the Nordic. I call him the Nordic meat shield.
Yeah.
No,
Come
he's
on, bro.
Who would you say is the biggest loss, like in terms of signings?
the biggest loss.
Yeah.
Loss, yeah.
I'd say Juventus with Chiesa.
Oh, to Liverpool.
And inadvertently, it's the biggest coup for Liverpool.
From 100 to 13.
But do you think it's a loss for Juventus? I mean, they've got Vlahovic and he's on fire right now. The first couple of games.
One thing about Chiesa, when he's fit, he's aggressive. He's got an eye for goal.
Yeah.
He's very skillful.
He's very direct.
Yeah, very skillful.
Yeah.
As well.
You know what I mean? So a player like that can cause chaos and havoc at any point in time in a game.
How do you think he's going to do for Liverpool?
I think he's going to create competition for Luis Diaz, because I don't think Gakpo and Darwin should be playing on the left-hand side. So I think what Arno Slot is trying to do is he's trying to get Darwin and Gakpo and Jota to fight for the number 9 role.
Yeah.
Then he's got Chiesa and Luis Diaz.
Yeah.
Then he's got Mo Salah and Chiesa. Because Chiesa can play with both left and right.
Oh, yeah.
And there's also that young boy, Harvey Elliott.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If they're trying to groom. So I think for me, Chiesa is a squad player for that entire front three. So he can go and play as a 9, he can go and play as a left wing, he can go and play as a right wing.
As a 10? Like in case 10/false 9, you know.
Nah,
especially
I'm
considering considering the fact that there's the new Champions League system. There's more games.
More games,
There's more
yeah.
pressure.
They're gonna have to rotate.
They have to rotate him somehow because and I understand why they're going because of depth and stuff. But like, how do you think Slot will start to rotate?
I would put Jota as a secondary number 10 because he's mobile. He can turn. He can provide a pass.
He can header.
He can header. He can get into the box late.
Yeah.
So I think for me, a Jota is a 9 and a 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
Szoboszlai, I see Slot is playing him as a 10.
And it's 10 or an 8 depending on the day.
Yeah.
I like Szoboszlai, dog.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
man,
that's a
he's-
player.
yeah,
That's a player.
Dominic Szoboszlai.
And then you get to this team.
That Hungarian.
So
shit.
you talk about biggest loser other than the Chiesa thing. It's this team here.
Okay. let's
We continue to buy reject after reject Alvaro Morata, Tammy Abraham.
Come on.
What are we doing?
Come on, bro.
Look, I wasn't gonna say anything
Oh
about
my
Inter. I
gosh,
don't, Milan,
I don't gonna mind
Oh
it.
my
I don't respect for you, but since you brought it up,
No.
what the hell are you doing?
We have this coach they call Fonseca.
Yeah.
He can Fonseca. You know what I mean? Like, it cannot be, dog. Like, what are we doing? This is a team with pedigree, a team with history, the team that has the number 2 headband in Champions League.
Yeah.
Right? We are the closest to Real Madrid in Champions League historically.
Yeah.
Who was I speaking to about playing in a transfer market pay grade?
Yeah,
So-
we had this conversation
right?
recently. Yeah, to say,
Right.
well,
So-
you guys are not spending
We're not
nearly enough.
spending in the bracket where even Aston Villa and freaking Newcastle are buying.
They're doing 20 million deals.
You know, they're buying in a bracket where you can see they want to compete in Europe.
Yeah.
They're buying 30 million players, 40 million, 50 million.
Yeah.
Who are we buying? 15 million loan with option to buy. Guys.
I must say actually.
Can you put this on the where's the charger? There's a charger there.
That's a
Yes, please.
Good.
You understand?
Yeah.
So I'm like, what are we doing?
Yeah, no, it doesn't make sense. I also don't know what
Our best
want to do.
player.
But it's plugged in there, bro.
No. There's the thing is there, bro.
Sure.
The charger is there.
Okay.
My bad. Our best so-called best player,
Is this Leao?
Liao,
Yeah.
is a guy who chooses.
He is your best player.
Yeah, what do you
He
mean?
chooses his games.
Yeah. He's not
That's
consistent.
why he was benched last night. And then we were leading 1-0.
Yeah.
Lazio in a space of 2 minutes. They scored 2 quick fire goals.
Yeah.
Like, guys, what are we doing?
Yeah. Yeah.
So my team, I think
So it's been 3 losses now, or
it's we played a draw yesterday. We salvaged the draw.
Okay, at least.
Oh my God, Tammy Abraham with an assist to Rafael Leao.
yeah.
Yo, now everybody's gonna say,
Tammy is the best.
my-
Yo.
Loftus Cheek, Tomori.
Ruben Loftus-Cheek.
Like, what are we doing?
I don't think you've got a bad squad, to be quite honest.
Nah,
I think the start has been a shock for you guys because I watched the first 2 games. I think I did.
No. We should be competing in the pay grade of buying footballers that are 30, 40 million.
Yeah.
Those and we can get young starlets of
Yeah.
30, 40 million.
Yeah. Okay,
Young 20-year-olds,
So let me
22-year-olds.
let me ask you a question. Do you think AC Milan has lost its appeal?
Yes. Of course it's lost its appeal.
From a player's standpoint, like players don't want to play for AC Milan because AC Milan is arguably the greatest club to ever come out of Italy, hands down.
Yeah.
Like,
well, you wouldn't tell looking
even from Juventus has more Scudettos, but
Okay.
globally we've got
But
more
I'm
trophies.
saying,
Yeah.
saying even the culture of AC Milan, bro.
Right.
Like AC Milan was the first. When I remember growing up, like seeing like Clarence,
Yeah.
seeing Rijkaard, seeing like even bro like Maldini when he was old, still just dominating.
Yeah.
You know, and then of course the transition when Ronaldinho was there for a bit. You know, Ricardo Kaká, Thiago Silva.
Hey,
Oh my God.
Bro,
good old days.
my
Oh
guy.
my God.
Like,
Like-
so I'm saying.
So it's a case of
there
they
was a
haven't
ti-
evolved.
There was a time where if you played for AC Milan, you knew, like, bro, I'm in the top. I'm
they've
playing,
lost that pedigree.
I'm playing against the best
But that's
with
what
the
happens,
best.
right? It's life. Some people, and in this case, some clubs are gonna adapt faster than others.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I mean, as big as we all know my team is, I'll be honest that we lost it somewhere along the line. We didn't invest properly. We didn't keep up with the times. Man City was flying. Right now, your noisy neighbors.
Cristiano best your dressing room and your
You
how
see what I
old
mean?
it is and
And then so I think that's what's happening now with AC Milan because level Inter, they're flying now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not to say that
Lautaro Martinez.
it's just that they sort of evolved at a quicker pace.
why are we talking about rivals now, guys? This guy is talking. He's telling me about rivals. Let's talk about
Did you
rivals.
see
When we play.
Thuram's goals?
I saw them.
Come on, Baba.
Yeah, it's evolution.
Yeah,
So,
but a dope transfer window.
Yeah, man, we'll see how this transfer window pans out. It's going to be interesting.
But I'm telling you, for me, just to end, Liverpool might low key be the biggest winner. Low key. That bargain. Was
but the
crazy.
number 6 row. Yeah. The
Endo.
number 6 row. Yeah. Yeah.
If
they can take, you see, Gravenberg looks like a very risky number 6. But if they can, it's almost like they need to add a little bit of a tranquilizer to calm him down.
Yeah.
Then he can be like a Busquets or a because he's got the strength, he's got the height, he's got the long legs, but he's too erratic.
He's not methodical. It's just too
He's everywhere. He's playing like an 8, but he's playing 6.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see. We'll definitely see Sterling at Arsenal, and we'll definitely see Sancho at
Imagine they go there.
and Madrid. Mbappe at Madrid.
Yes.
He's got ducks.
He scored. Okay, it wasn't in the league, but I mean,
but he's got a duck in the league.
Yeah.
So there's this thing about, are the fans gonna turn on him because now there's so much expectation?
Nah, that's not gonna happen. Mbappe will come into form.
Yeah.
He's a big player. We all know he's gonna do amazingly. It's just that the pressure is obviously on because it's been 3 games now.
And
he'll
also
come into his own.
and he's in the biggest club in the world. So
Yeah, he'll come into his
by
own.
default, bro.
It's pressure. Yeah, the pressure at Madrid is different to any other pressure.
Yeah.
Like you can't compare it to any other club, to be honest. So, but I think I agree with you. I think Mbappe will give him a few times to stand up a bit, and then my man, I'm telling you,
When he starts going,
I'm telling my man, he won't stop, bro. And trust
that
me,
whole Madrid team actually, I don't know who's gonna stop Real Madrid this season.
I'm telling
I
you.
must be honest.
They're a young team. They're going to be like that for the next 5 to 8 years.
trust,
Yeah.
and then
They forward thinking, evolving, and you know what I mean. And we're seeing it now.
and as Endrick as well, I like him a lot. As Endrick starts to get more game time, and he starts to also understand what Europe is really like at the biggest club on the planet. Once he starts to get, because I was talking to one of my friends, and I was like, when I think of Endrick, the only player that comes to that sticks in my mind is Romario.
Oh yeah, that's got that Romario stature.
That's the only guy I can think of is Romario.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. He does have that Romario
thing.
Romario, my man. Even how he runs, he's got big legs.
But now don't think that because Barca fans are going to be mad at you. Romario was a Barca legend. You know what I mean?
Barcelona could have got Endrick.
Yeah, fair enough.
Oh, come on.
What do we got next? What do we got next?
Dog. So let's just talk about so far the leagues, guys. How we feeling about the actual games? Three game weeks so far. How we finding?
So the league is quite interesting for me.
Hey, Barcelona, Mara.
Hey, Barcelona have started flying.
7.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know about that. There's a lot happening in the background at Barca. I don't think they'll sustain.
That might destabilize them. They were talking about the financial issues.
Yeah, whatever's happening
All the fines
behind the scenes always affects Barca.
No,
Always.
it's true. I take that. But with the squad that they've built now, these young boys that are proving to be
Lamine Yamal,
superstars in their own right, I think they've got a working system there, Mitchell.
Let's see if they do it consistently.
You reckon they won't sustain it?
Nah.
Why not? Depth or purely behind the scenes?
They just got Olmo in now. Olmo
He scored.
is one of he scored
Do they
yesterday.
really need Olmo?
Well, I don't care if they need him or
did
not.
they
The fact
buy
is he's
Olmo
there and
because-
he scored 2 goals in 3 games. What
Yeah.
score? You know what I mean?
And I won't lie, they need him.
You really think they need Olmo?
They need him, yeah.
I don't know.
I'm saying that because, and And it's so funny. I think maybe this is just the transition period in football in general.
Mm.
So I'm talking about all the leagues.
Yeah.
Man United have gone through a transition.
Yeah.
Where I think now, I hate to say it, but genuinely, I'm starting to see pieces slowly,
I agree with you. I hear you.
now it's looking like it's making sense.
Yeah.
I think, you know why? Maybe because they've got their back room there, behind the scenes. They got
It's sorted.
They got a sporting director.
Yeah.
They got a
Yes.
CEO.
Yeah.
They got,
Yeah.
and they say, all right, guys, let's build.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then it's like, that's good because when the day I knew that when Man United was in trouble was when David Moyes was coach and he only bought Marwan Fellaini. Only.
And then he started to bench Shinji Kagawa. I'm like, how do you
my
bench Shinji
goodness.
Kagawa, dog?
But I'm saying
Yeah.
that was like when you start to see that happening in real time, you're like, okay, something's happening here.
Yeah, and then the next
Right.
time, Marwan Fellaini is playing striker.
Okay.
My God.
Hey, you're giving me creepy memories, flashbacks. You're not traumatizing me, man.
But
That is
but then-
wild.
Hey,
And then-
Fellaini.
And then you've got, Barcelona that went through that period.
Yeah.
The whole Messi situation,
Yeah.
the money, and then
And
the
now it
changing-
looks like they're...
And now it's time. The
Yeah.
cog is starting to turn, right? Arsenal had that.
Yeah.
Arteta came in one season, and then
So is this the season for Arsenal?
no.
Ordinarily, it would be, but only anomaly yet again.
What's the anomaly? What's the anomaly?
Arsenal could have won the season last season, the season
Season
before that.
before.
They could have won.
Right.
Honestly, they could have.
Right.
They've been playing that good. I mean,
They were
these
good
people are
enough to
losing the
win.
league. Kabuma 90 what points? And you know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
So it's
Yeah.
an anomaly. Man City is there. Pep Guardiola is there. That's just
So what do you say to pundits who say, again, I don't understand mainstream pundits, but now all of a sudden having Sterling in the Arsenal team
It's because it's English.
is going to give them that push
it's
to go
it's
over.
because-
but that's what English media does.
It's because
you
it's
know?
English,
Yeah.
dog.
Sterling, a local hero type of thing. It's not gonna work out that way. For them.
Yo, speaking about that, I want to play you guys this clip. It's again speaking about pundits and the reason why we actually have this vodcast.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're very biased. We all know that. The English media is
Extreme
very
bias.
biased.
Now we'll play this, right? I'll give you bongs. I'll give you the clip and then we'll show it, right?
Yeah.
But I just want to play it because it is so telling of why our pundits
Yeah.
are the way they are. So
I'll put it here on the. I'll hold it so we can all see it.
okay, so this is a clip of Paul Merson and some other person when Kevin De Bruyne had just been bought by Man City from Wolfsburg.
Yeah.
Remember, he was at Chelsea. Mourinho didn't like him.
Yeah.
Then he moved to Wolfsburg.
He did the
Became
most.
player of the year
Yeah.
in Bundesliga. Then Pep got it for 50.
Yeah. After that special season that they had.
De Bruyne, my goodness, Jeff, the world is going mad, isn't it? You look at the amount of money they're paying for this boy, it's just absolutely bonkers.
Chelsea paid £6.7 million for him. Wolfsburg paid 18 million in January of last year, and now we're talking about 50-odd million pounds.
He's a good player, but is he a great player in that respect, for what he's done, where he's played? No, Wolfsburg are a good team and they got into the Champions League, but come on.
But was Jose Mourinho wrong to let him go?
I didn't think so. I didn't think he'd done it at Chelsea. I don't think he got loads of chances, but he didn't look part of the Chelsea way at the time, Jeff, and I think it was right for him to go. I mean, if you're buying someone...
He got a big fee for
if you're buying someone for
£8
£8 million and you're selling them for £10 million profit, I mean, it's a no-brainer for me. And I just... There's players you see and you think, but I just don't see this. I don't see 50-odd million pounds for this player. I really do not see it at all. And this is someone who was at the top club in England, Chelsea, playing there and didn't click. It's not, so he's played here before at a top team with top players. I honestly, Jeff, I can't.
Oh, there must
the
be
way they dismissed.
Yeah,
And
completely.
now today,
Yeah.
The greatest player-
7 years later.
Probably the greatest
midfielder
player.
in the Premier League, yeah.
You've ever seen,
So for me, it just shows how fickle or how, I don't want to say untrustworthy because they're pundits. There's always an agenda, right?
They'll
But-
always critique. Yeah.
But also, guys, you can almost justify what they're saying if you really wanted to, because they just didn't know him at the time. Yeah, he had played for Chelsea. He hadn't really done that much for Chelsea.
They say the same thing about Mo Salah.
Yeah, exactly. If you don't know until you actually know, right?
Yeah, I think there will always be a sort of unsurety from the beginning. Maybe, yeah, language you can say, or maybe that was a bit harsh, whatever.
Yeah.
But the actual, like, we don't know this guy.
Yeah.
And from what we've seen, like you said, in that guy's defense, he did say, yeah, he Champions League, he did good. They had a great season.
But I just don't see
but
it
as
there.
far as their perspective is, at one of the biggest clubs in England, he didn't make it. So what makes him think he's going to make it at another big club in England?
And that's why we have managers and we have pundits. Pep saw that, right? And brought him in,
Yeah.
and look what happened. That's not their skill. That's not their area of expertise.
But these
You
are
know what I mean?
former footballers, some of them. Former coaches, some of them.
Some of them. But remember,
So my thing
They
is
all
that
see through different
it
lenses.
almost feels like they trying to push certain players.
Oh no, for sure. Look how they're hyping up Palmer right now. I'm not saying Palmer's bad, Mitchell,
Right,
right?
right,
I'm
right.
not saying Palmer's bad, but Palmer is not. The hype around him is much more than
Is way too much
exact
than
and what
he's
his actually
produced.
capability. Yeah,
Right?
look, it's
Because
a
he's
good
only
play-
produced one season.
I mean, come on. You know what I mean? Mara, all of a sudden, Palmer, they're doing the same now with Sterling. It's gonna happen.
Right,
Arsenal, This
right.
is the season for Arsenal. We see it now. Everything, you know what I mean? They're gonna do it and they're gonna keep on doing it. This is what they do.
Yeah, no, it's well. So I was watching the Ligue 1.
yeah.
League on.
So some highlights. So, okay, so this Roberto De Zerbi guy, he's one of those foreign coaches who where the English media were like, who is this guy? He's never, what's he gonna do? Why does he, when he left, because he wanted more ambition and he wanted the club to buy more, I guess, serious players to compete in Europe. The English media was like, yeah, who does he think he is? Now he wants this. And I think that's why he left Brighton.
Yeah.
So now he's at Marseille. So I'm following him there at Marseille because at Brighton he was playing like some
No.
football that I'd never seen. Like,
Listen,
you know what I mean?
he's very good.
So I've been following him at Marseille. He bought Højbjerg from Tottenham.
Yeah.
He bought Mason Greenwood.
Yeah.
He's got quite a good squad.
Who scored 2 goals yesterday, by the way?
Mason Greenwood
Yeah.
is
Hey, he's on fire.
no, but I won't lie.
Yeah.
When Ole Gunnar Solskjaer brought that boy into I knew.
Yeah,
I was like, that's a number 9.
Yeah.
And the fact that he's 2-footed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now he's always been.
And I must say, he's one of the most clinical
yeah.
guys.
Ole
I've
actually
seen.
said it. Yeah, he's like, he's one of, as young as he is, he's clinical. If you see his shots, they're never really off target.
Yeah.
It's always on target, always at the corner.
And like, and if he misses, it's always like
it's always by this much.
just that.
So he's having the time of his life.
Yeah. This was a good move for him.
And because we know how, again, mainstream media, broadcast media with GBV and all of this stuff, because of his case, he essentially is written off.
Dude, let me tell you,
England.
the saddest thing about this boy, ne? And I take nothing from the gravity of the situation with
Right.
the case and everything. But let me tell you, this happened, and time doesn't matter. I just want to put things into context. This is over 2 years ago. Every article, even the fact that I know he scored 2 goals, I didn't watch the game, but I read about it this morning or whenever. Every article on Mason Greenwood refers to
that case.
the case every single time. I mean, he scored 2 goals. It wasn't about he scored. There's always that. There's always like the disclaimer. or it- This has ever since what happened. That it's the media, power of the English media. It's sad.
And hence, for him to get a new lease on life, he had to move away from England.
He had to move on. He can never come back to England and play.
So now,
But I'm happy for him now. He's doing
so
amazing.
now Steve McLaren is the coach of Jamaica,
Yeah.
and Mason Greenwood has Jamaican roots.
Yeah.
So
Now,
now,
do you think he's gonna?
No,
No,
it's
he was asked.
it's actually in the works. I think I
he
saw
was
something
asked.
like that.
During the press conference, now it's International Week this coming week.
Oh yes.
During the press conference, he was asked. So now that Mason Greenwood, he's playing well. He seems to be back to his form, the form that, we've seen the potential that everybody's saw in him. He's got Jamaican roots. So,
But you know what the pity is though?
What?
It's Jamaica, dog.
but think about it.
They're not gonna do anything. What are they gonna do?
No, but think about where they're getting all these players now.
Yeah.
Sterling, easily.
Okay.
Could have played for Jamaica.
Yeah, sure.
Damara Gray is playing for Jamaica now.
They've got Mikel Antonio now.
Mikel Antonio, yeah, but Mikel Antonio.
It's Jamaica.
My man, I'm just out.
I mean, okay. But you know, they've got Damara Gray. There's Mason Greenwood. There's a whole bunch of Jamaican root footballers who grew up or were born in England and have applied their trade in England.
Yeah, but they're eligible.
But because now they see England is almost like to be in the England squad, you almost have to be in this inner circle where you must have started at like under 17.
Yes.
If you haven't been picked at under 17 national level, forget about it. That's why Tony couldn't get, right? So there's an inner circle with the English squad, right? So all these young boys that are around the squad that can't get in because they're not part of that inner circle. Now these countries are like, hey, you're good enough.
And you can play. By law, you
know what I mean?
can play.
I mean, when Declan Rice, before he alleged he pledged his allegiance to England, Ireland were like, hey, Declan,
Come through, though.
But then he had to go have a discussion with family. Okay. Where would I make the bigger impact? It's obvious. Go play for England.
Yeah, true.
Southgate likes you, whatever. You know, so if countries like Jamaica.
So while on Declan Rice, we must thank him for his performance yesterday.
Yes.
Hi, man. Was he frustrated or what, dog?
No, that is the silliest red card, especially when you're gunning for the league.
I'm just happy Arsenal didn't win.
And you are one of the captains.
I was so happy though.
It just goes to show you pressure sometimes, right? You can be deemed as ready as possible, but sometimes pressure is a delicate thing.
Yeah.
You know, you can do things that you never thought you'd do. But it would be interesting for me to see Jamaica because Stephen McLaren was like, look, we have a list of these players who have Jamaican roots, who are not getting a look in from their country or the country where they were born or where they were raised, right? So, and we are speaking to all of them. So I can imagine what type of squad that would look like.
They can actually build.
They can,
you know what I mean?
A team that can...
Mason Greenwood is only early 20s.
Yeah, he's 22. He's a mighty.
Damara Gray just won the league with Leicester 2015-16, but he's still a young boy.
The championship,
You know what I mean? So
actually, on that point, in terms of... So now, to bring it back home, man. African players to watch for in football. What are we saying?
African players to watch.
African players, because of course, you know, we've got the CAF and we have the African football, league.
I would say African coaches to watch. Rulani, what's happening there? I heard he lost.
He lost yesterday. Just one loss. Come on, guys.
So my comparison, my debate with some Sundowns fans yesterday was, you guys are complaining that Mangoba has lost 2 games, and you want to change coaches. He's lost he took away the winning philosophy. What? Rulani lost yesterday.
Yeah.
Those Wydad fans, they are not protesting that Rulani must go.
But you know what it is with Sundowns fans? I think, and it's an easy thing to get inflated heads as people. Sundowns, whether we like it or not, have been performing for the last 7 seasons or whatever. You know what I mean? So it's almost as if now the fans, it's an expectation. They're not as appreciative of it's like an expectation.
Right.
It's ridiculous to say to somebody the coach must go after two games. It's absolutely ridiculous. But the overinflatedness that Sundowns fans have, they need to be brought down to that. The ego is just too high.
Yeah.
I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, you know what? So, but it's because of the ego. It's because they're so used to winning lately, and they're in for a shock this season. I don't see it. I don't see it.
There you go.
Hey, I don't see it this season.
So you're waiting for them in the final, eh?
No, absolutely. Absolutely, we're gonna whip them as we always have done in the MTN 8.
Not looking for a biased answer.
Okay.
But do you really think Pirates is gonna? Okay, I mean that's a really dumb question. To ask the Pirates fan not to be biased, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. Do you really think, right, that Pirates will give Sundowns a run for their money?
Not in the
As much
league.
as all these Pirates fans and other South African pundits have been saying.
I am skeptical to believe, especially in the league, because what Pirates has been doing the last couple of seasons, we've got pocket of excellence. We're not consistent. And MTN 8 Cup, I absolutely see us taking it. I really do. You know?
Of MTN 8.
Yeah, when it comes to the league, though, I don't think we're there yet. I think
What is it? What's the missing?
It's the consistency, man. We know we can have a solid 3 months, solid 4 months.
And then
where
you
we're
dip.
playing, and then we did for a while. Whereas Sundowns have been very consistent. But like I said, I don't see that consistency with Sundowns either this season. They're in transition, and there's gonna be an effect of some sort. I'm not saying they're gonna drop off,
Right.
but there will be some effect of
That change management is gonna.
so it could play
bring
to
them.
our strengths. So if they transition and it's a bit, a rocky road for them, and we consistent in those periods, so there might be a little bit of competition there. But I don't want to believe it. It's too soon. I've hurt myself a lot with these false expectations of mine.
Yeah, no, I've seen Pirates fans are quite hyped up. They believe that
Because we're doing good. We're we're on a purple patch right now.
Please don't go back to that happy people thing, and then the next thing, y'all are like top of the
No,
league
we're gonna
for
wait.
9
We're gonna wait
months.
till mid-season, and then we're gonna wait till mid-season, and then you'll hear about us.
Yeah. Okay.
So then you don't think like no African player
No, I mean there's a lot.
like that you're expecting to have a good season? Because
Across the globe.
in the football, for example, Osimhen.
I would have said Victor Osimhen would have been my, but I mean with what's happening now at Napoli,
yes.
I don't. He's gonna have a shit season.
Do players like Madueke
I might.
count? They're English. Am I being racist? Am I being Enzo Fernandez now? Like, what's going on? Like, no, but okay, yeah, the Enzo Fernandez thing for me.
Yeah,
For me,
That's too much.
Yeah, no, for me,
It's too
like,
much.
Yeah, no, it's. I
a
don't
lot.
understand how
It's a lot.
there's so many campaigns about racism and GBV and
My
all
man,
of
these
this stuff.
people literally take the knee
My
at
man,
every game.
You understand?
In honor of.
And then you go and reward him with
Yeah.
captaincy first of all.
Yeah, no,
you almost force his teammates to play with him because now you guys are all under 10-year contracts.
Yeah.
Fuck, I can't leave now.
Yeah.
I gotta play with this dude. You know what I mean? Although I think yes, we are living in what I would call a snowflake generation where everything now is PC and you gotta watch what you say.
Yeah, but I mean, but
walk in-
that video was crazy, dog.
But and that's my point.
Singing that song.
So now my thing
on,
is
bro.
if the PSR and financial fair play rules can make a club be docked points.
Yeah.
Everton got docked points.
Even
yeah,
relegated.
Right? You understand?
Even relegated
Yeah.
completely.
Juventus got relegated for that Calcio scandal.
Yeah.
Right. If we can dock points for things like that, why can we not dock points for
Because
racism
it's
and
not
GBV?
taken as seriously. It's exactly that. I mean, when you talk about financial fair play,
So why
that's
are we
money,
spending?
you
Why
know,
are
that's
these
sponsorship.
institutions spending all this much money on campaigns and
Because
say no to racism?
yeah, because it's not lip service, right? I mean, the first thing to get anything going is the awareness of it.
Right.
So I think we are only at the awareness. We haven't touched on this racism.
Guys, racism has been alive for hundreds of years.
No,
What-
it's
what
been
do you-
alive for hundreds of years, but I'm talking about in terms of dealing with it. All that's happening now around the globe, no, we're not dealing. Dude, dog, we probably experience racism still on a daily basis, if not on a weekly basis. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yet we as South Africa, with our history, have been living with this thing for how long? Now,
we are not doing anything about our situation.
You know what I mean?
Well, we're not
Now,
doing anything, but
in football or in sport in general, I think we're only at the awareness stage. I mean, I honestly believe there's still some people that don't know or are not aware that they
they're
may
racist.
be being racist. They're probably thinking we're being rude, but it's not a race thing. You know what I mean? Enzo will probably, if you talk to him one-on-one, will probably say to you, yeah, of course I was being an asshole. It's football banter. He won't look at it as, oh shit, that was racist. You know what I mean? It's a
and the
serious
fact that
issue,
it's a
you know?
song that's sung by fans as well.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
there, it's just out
But it
there, and it's
doesn't make it
allowed.
right.
Doesn't make it right. So I'm saying we are only at the awareness level right now. People are only just starting to think, oh snap, Let me be conscious. Am I being racist? Oh shit, you know what I mean? And so we still got a far way to go, I believe. But
Okay, so we can't say Vini, we can't say Madueke, we can't say Mbappe.
My man, now
because now we'll be racist.
Now you're just being.
Honestly, an African,
even though you're not wrong.
yeah, honestly, an African player, dog. I don't know, man. Nobody stands out for me.
yeah, there aren't a lot that
Nobody
immediately
stands
grabs
out.
you. Yeah.
Mohamed Kudus, maybe, yeah, West Ham.
I think Kudus is playing for the wrong team.
think so.
Kudus, for me, Kudus is good. He's really, really good.
I like Mohamed Kudus.
Right? But if he was playing for an Aston Villa, then we'd see it.
Yeah.
I think West Ham is too pragmatic, I mean, the talisman is Gerard Bowen.
Yeah.
And he's settled for the you know, like, I mean, I don't
He
know.
got 20 goals, but 15
But
last
man, he's
season.
goal.
So
No, I don't deny that. I don't deny that. We all look. Football is a subjective topic, right? We all have our preferences.
Yeah.
I remember one of our friends compared Romelu Lukaku to Ronaldo.
Yo.
You see?
Who did that?
You see?
Romelu Lukaku.
You see?
Which version of Romelu Lukaku?
You see?
The Everton version?
So now, I mean, it's
The Roma
subjective.
version.
Yes,
It's subjective,
Bowen might have scored 20 goals. He did well for me in my fantasy league. Love that.
Yeah.
But I mean, if I were to choose a squad, I think
he wouldn't be in your starting
no,
lineup.
he wouldn't.
So-
But maybe Kudus, man. Maybe Kudus.
So then in general, players to look out for then in general. And like in the league, like you think might have a good season. You know, I'm thinking I'm thinking Vinny's gonna have another great season.
I'm looking at Luis Diaz. I think Luis Diaz is playing more with freedom in the past
Diaz.
2 games. I've always said since they bought Luis Diaz, I've always said he's one of the most underrated wingers in the Premier League, in the English Premier League, because he doesn't score a lot, he doesn't assist a lot, and that's the expectation, right? But now, having watched him in this past 2 games,
but when he scores,
Yeah.
and he's a hustler, man.
Yeah.
He will run at you, my man. He will run at you. You will take the ball from him.
Yeah.
He will go back and
Get the
take
ball.
the ball from him and will run back at you.
Yeah.
He's that type of winger. He'll dribble you and go past you and wait for you to come back. Let's go again. Let's go again, man. Let me show you again. You know?
Yeah.
So for me, I think I see a bit of freedom that he's playing with. He's already scored 1 goal. He seems to be a lot in the final third of things.
Yeah.
So I think for me, he could be one to watch in terms of his goal tally, assist tally.
Yeah.
In terms of if I were to predict a player of the season, Kevin is my man.
In the Premier League.
Yes, in the Premier League, I think Kevin last season injury prone. It wasn't really that good. I think we're gonna see something from Kevin this season.
Haaland, chief.
I'm gonna highlight this lightly. Also, Man City, Savinho.
Hey,
Little Mahrez, Marezinho.
Hey,
They should call him Marezinho.
Savinho's a player.
Yeah, I think he's gonna do amazing things on the right hand side.
He's a fresh.
Okukamo left, him on the right.
Very fast.
I like Haaland in the mid. Like So Savinho.
That's a good pick.
I think Jordan Sanchez. I know you guys are probably thinking I'm being crazy, but I think he's got a point to prove. If they can get the best out of
what
him.
I think one of the problems with Sancho was for me.
Yeah.
At Borussia Dortmund, he was playing right wing,
Yeah.
and he was dribbling these guys like
it was
nobody's business.
It was like
Creating assists,
it was
scoring,
like a movie, dog.
always running in behind the left back or the left wing back.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
When he moved to United,
Yeah.
because who was playing on the right at United at the time? I don't remember who was playing on the right. But for some reason, they started playing him on the left. And I was like, no,
This is not where he should
Wrong.
wrong move. Because he was more comfortable playing on the right than playing on the left. Because on the left, it's a different dynamic. You got to cut in, maybe shoot or try. When he was on the right, he could dribble, go wide, cut in still, play the pass, play a 1-2, you know what I mean? On the left, I think he would go 2 steps forward and 1 step back. He would drill someone, then run out of ideas, come back, and
to
then
come back
take
and
back
pass-
to
yeah.
You know what I mean? So for me, I think the biggest footballing mismatch was coming from Dortmund, having had all those assists and goals, on the right hand side, and then now you'll move to the left hand side.
Yeah.
I think for me that was a
Mistake, man.
mistake.
No. Savinho, Yamal Lamin, probably Dani Olmo as well. He's gonna do amazing things. That would be my pick.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Lamine Yamal, I'll put in any list.
And then obviously Vinicius Junior,
Yeah,
Mbappe, we expect him to do well.
Yeah, I think Vinny will do well.
Mason Greenwood is gonna do well.
No, Mason Green is probably going to be top goal scorer. The way he's going.
The way that he's going right now, you're right.
Yeah.
And then Thuram has got 4 goals before in 2 games, in 3 games.
I've been watching Thuram guys over the
so
years.
I don't want to overlook him.
Thuram is the Aston Villa Thuram.
No. The
Inter Milan.
Thuram. Lilian Thuram's
Ah,
team.
Lily. Ah.
Yeah.
I've been watching Thuram for a few seasons. Guys, I don't know, man.
Nah, but I mean, this is a new season, 4 goals, as I've said.
It's a good start.
It's a good start. It's a good start.
start.
I wanna watch him. Let's just say I'm gonna watch him.
He's too.
It's too what?
Yeah.
It's too stiff. It's too hard.
Yeah. I don't know, but
Yo.
we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll see. Who else though? Who else?
Okay.
I think I'm watching Alvarez, but I know Atletico is not playing quite well. But I'm watching Alvarez.
How do you guys feel about PSG?
Nah.
PSG.
What
I'm
PSG?
saying,
What PSG?
Yeah.
Doesn't even exist anymore.
Like-
There's no
There's
PSG.
no
because
PSG,
when I
man.
saw Gonçalo Ramos, the striker, the Portuguese striker, got that. Is it ankle injury? ACL.
Yeah.
I said something.
Yeah, that's a player though. When
Yeah.
he's fit. I mean,
Yeah, like when I saw the injury and I saw obviously the photo and him limping
Yeah.
off, I said,
There's no
I don't
team.
even know who's at PSG.
I
right
bet you.
now.
I bet you. Roberto De Zerbi is gonna pull a fast one on PSG.
You reckon?
like
Yeah, he could, nah?
I think the
Like
players
Leo.
that he's recruited this transfer window, I don't think he recruited for the sake of recruiting, and I don't think
No, he knows what he's doing.
That was his plight at Brighton. I don't think he wanted to recruit just for the sake of recruiting.
Yeah.
But you know, English people always like, who is he in football?
Yeah,
Why does he think
yeah.
now he can have a Mourinho budget or
Yeah.
a Conte budget? The guys he bought were very
Strategic, and
strategic,
tactical,
certain type of player.
Yeah.
You know, young, experienced. So yeah, I think Marseille is gonna do some shit.
Yeah, I don't see PSG falling off, but I agree with you that they may be in for a shocker. It's gonna be sort of a wake up
PSG now.
call type of time for them.
PSG, yeah.
I mean, yeah.
No, it's not gonna work.
No, because yeah,
Bayer Leverkusen lost their first game in how many games?
yeah, bro. That season was a once in a lifetime season.
Yeah.
You reckon they're not gonna be able to emulate it?
that was a Leicester type of season.
Yeah.
Leicester
Hey, don't
season.
say that because you just cursed them, because it means they're gonna be relegated now.
I don't think they'll be relegated, but I don't think they'll
Yeah.
fly through the Bundesliga that way.
Yeah.
But again, their closest rivals, Bayern Munich, have a coach who's only been in management for 5 years, and
Oh, Vincent.
yeah, and that's a really, really big team.
Yeah.
And
I don't think.
there's expectations. Doesn't matter who you are.
Yeah,
There's
no,
expectations.
Bayern,
of
Bayern,
course.
yeah.
I mean, when Pep was there and was playing his tiki-taka thing, those guys were like, Pep, what are you doing?
It's not how we do things here.
Man, we must go and score. We must go direct. Let's play
Yeah.
long ball, you know.
Yeah.
So that dynamic is going to be interesting for me to see how Vincent,
Yeah.
how he copes with that.
But I like Unai as well.
Emery. Oh no, he's legendary.
Unai is good, man.
I think we're looking
Let's
at.
see what he does with Champions League football involved.
Oh yes.
Because
Yes.
the true test of a team, you'll see with Newcastle last season, that squad was thin,
yeah, very thin. Yeah,
Yeah.
very little depth.
right? So let's see Unai Emery with Champions League.
But he's got experience. I mean, he did it
no,
with,
of course,
with
he's
the Yellow
he's
Submarine. I
he's
mean,
he's the Europa League legend.
yeah. So I'm thinking he's probably thinking ahead. So, but let's see. You're right. But I see them. I see them bomb a top 6 in Ghana.
Only Watkins is shooting blanks. I don't understand.
Relax.
It's temporary, man.
Relax, bro,
It's
relax,
temporary.
Honestly, I've always said Ollie Watkins is overrated. So I'm not shocked that he's missing the tap serve. I'm not. Honestly, I'm not. I'm honestly
You
not.
think he's overrated?
I've always thought he's overrated. Yes, he can,
Watkins?
yeah. I've always thought he's a good mid-table team
Yeah.
striker.
Okay.
Can play for an Everton.
I hear you.
Okay.
Yeah. I always
That's an insult.
I always associate Everton.
Prophet. Speaking of Everton, Everton
Yeah.
was leading Boma
2-0.
2-0
2-0.
up until the 85th minute. Yesterday.
And considered.
Everton,
And considered 3 goals.
Everton is a classic example of what I was talking about with Barca.
Yeah.
The reason they're not doing well on the pitch is because there's behind
Backstage.
the scenes stuff that's
Over
going.
that, they got docked their points, and I thought
There's
everything was
also this
coming
whole
back.
selling thing
Yeah,
of the club owners.
Actually, a pity.
They're
shame,
building a
man.
new stadium.
I'm telling you,
It brings a lot of distraction.
I'm telling you something. Everton needs to go down this season.
For them to catch a wake up. No?
I'm telling you, you can't fight relegation like the way they did 2 seasons in a row.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen a third time. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
That's not. I mean, last game of the season, 2 seasons in a row.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come on, bro.
Well, the bottom of the league now, so let's see. I mean, it's too early, but I mean,
Yeah, it's too
no.
early. But I'm just saying, if I'm starting to see conversation about relegation battle, they must go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They must come back. It'll be a sad thing for football because aren't they one of the few clubs that have never been relegated, right, from English top flight? You can't.
Hey man, you got to catch a wake up.
You can't have that low level of play for 2 seasons in a row.
No, you can't.
And then
'Cause
you
teams
and then,
catch up with
and
you
then you get
as
a
well.
third chance, bro.
In fact, now that you mention it, I could easily see Ipswich replacing them for at least the season.
It's not impossible, bro.
Yeah,
Ipswich, guys.
Ipswich are playing well. Ipswich played well last season to get promoted. And
They
from-
got Broha from Chelsea there.
No, Broha. Everton stole Broha.
Oh yeah.
As per close of transfer window.
Yeah, hey.
I was actually looking because
That's
I
'cause
knew
I saw
if he
the-
goes to Ipswich, he might be a good bargain buy for fantasy league.
Yeah.
Good, he's paying for Everton. Everton's not gonna
God,
score.
yeah.
Aye.
Nah, but watch Ipswich, bro. Trust, mark my words on
Okay.
this. Watch Ipswich.
Okay.
PSL team.
Orlando Pirates.
Obvious. But I'm hearing murmurs from South African fans about Cape Town City.
Why?
They fell off, man.
I don't know.
Cape Town City were good.
Something about they starting to play some good football.
Man,
or something like that.
Stellenbosch plays better football than Cape Town
I
City.
would agree with that. Cape
Stellenbosch
Town City
plays
started off good, bro. A couple of seasons ago, they fell off somewhere. I don't know what happened to them. Stellenbosch have actually taken them
So
over.
you think
Stellenbosch,
Stellenbosch has just
leapfrogged them a bit.
Yes.
I would say yes, absolutely.
They beat Sundowns first leg, right? That first leg.
we'll see today what happens.
See what happens. I obviously want them to win because I mean, we need something new as well. Like, I can't just have that whole expectation. But they're good enough to
And
do
they've
so.
become sort of cup specialists now,
They're
Stellenbosch.
good. Yeah, they're good, bro.
Look, I wouldn't write off Cape Town City, but I wouldn't be scared.
So what's this thing of Arab coaches confusing certain professional teams in training?
Yeah.
Sorry, Kaizer Chiefs fans. I just had to. So you guys are gonna have to learn Habibi.
I'm not even gonna bother. Anybody disrespecting me?
That's why you see.
Chief.
While he's looking for the next thing, predictions for today: Man United, Liverpool.
Yes.
That's gonna be a good game.
As a Man United, you see, he's a Man United fan. I asked him for
That's gonna be a very fine.
I asked him for predictions, and he says that's going to be a very good game.
It's gonna be a very close one, a tight game, but eventually,
Hey, what?
we're just gonna steal it at the end. It's gonna be 2-1,
Freaky time.
2-1 to Man U.
Okay.
It's gonna be a tight game, so not a lot of goals. But eventually, Kaboma 87 minutes is gonna be a 2-1 steal from Manchester United.
Okay.
Our defense is solid, so I'm not actually scared of that. My
Okay.
problem with Man U right now is not that we can't hold the ball, we can't defend, we can't pass it
It's
up.
going forward.
It's finishing. Yeah.
Scoring goals.
It's scoring goals.
Okay.
But I can say I see us winning 2-1.
When?
Wow.
Prediction?
My man, for me, it's obvious. It's Liverpool, though.
Scoreline.
I think Liverpool will keep a clean sheet. The only Man United threat there is there in goal scoring is two people. It's Fernandes and Garnacho. Garnacho is being benched because
I hate that so much.
He's being-
Blood
you know,
it hard.
I think it's a conspiracy. He's being benched because he likes Cristiano. Because at Argentina, he was being benched because he likes Cristiano. And his idol is Messi. And no, the idol at Argentina is Messi. So
Hey, what a pity.
with Garnacho being benched, because of Ahmad. Ahmad is good, great.
Diallo.
He's showing some shit.
Yeah.
But Bruno is not a number 9.
No, it's not. And
It's
I hate the fact
not.
that
And-
Ten Hag insists on playing him there.
And
I
he's
don't like it.
missing chances. He's missing chances.
We're not getting the best of him because of that.
You understand?
Do you think Man United should just go for a false 9 formation up until Højlund comes back? Because
Why do they buy Xerxes there? You know what I mean?
You can't take 2 boys at potential and bring
you
them
need
to... You know, it's okay. I don't mind those boys. They're very good, but we need a proper style.
So I don't think Man United will score. If they do, it will only
It'll be
give
like
their fans false hope. Sorry. Because that's what they do, right? I know, Bombs. I know. Yeah, I see that cap. It will only give their fans false hope because let's look at the pattern of Man United in the past 3 seasons.
Yeah.
At Old Trafford, right?
That's the worst part of it all.
What motivates the atmosphere? It's the fans.
It's the fans, yeah.
Let's go, let's
Yeah.
go, let's go,
Red
right?
Devils. Yeah.
Sucker punch, 1-0. Right?
Yeah.
Then 70th minute, something happens. Scott McTominay comes on. Bolo ya Mutula, go. Let's go. Right?
Put some respect on my players, man.
Mara McTominay.
He left.
Yeah, but my point is, when you look at the pattern of history at Old Trafford, you guys are chasing games more often than not.
True.
Yeah, true.
And in this case, I don't think, even if you score first, I know I say the scoreline will be 3-0, but even if Man United...
3-0?
Yes.
I'm insulted.
It will be 3-0. Salah will score a brace, Jota will score.
Oh.
Diogo Jota.
Yeah. Diogo Jota is clinical, my brother.
Yeah,
Diogo
I'm
Jota
not-
is clinical. I think he'll score. I hope he scores because he's in my fantasy league.
Of course, that's why you want him to score.
But I've seen enough of Diogo Jota to understand that when he's in front of goal.
And also, he's a big game player as well.
He's a big game player, right? So I think it will be 3-0.
Okay.
But if Man United does score, I think Man United will score first.
Okay.
And then
But that's always the problem.
It will be the false hope.
We score and then after we want to retreat and defend.
That's what, and then you know what you're going to do? It will be 1-0 to Man United, for example.
Yeah.
In the 60th minute.
Yeah.
Fernandes will be pulled off. The lift will come on. Ahmad will be taken off.
Yeah.
Not Mazraoui. Garnacho will be put on.
Yeah.
Fernandes will be taken off. Zexi will be put on. And then they'll put on Ugarte. Yeah. And then you'll see Liverpool.
3 goals. 1, 2, 3.
But if they're not able to score first, and Liverpool scores first, for me it's an open and shut case. 3-0 for me.
Well, let's see. What's your prediction?
I will 2-0 to Liverpool, bro. I say, and you know why?
I'm talking to you all later. We'll see.
No, we'll chat later. But I'm saying, why I'm saying this with confidence is because Man United now, it's unfortunate because it really doesn't have to be this way.
Yeah.
If you guys just transition properly. But you guys have so much pressure because the history of the club is what keeps the fans every season thinking we can do it because you've done it for so long and you guys were the best club in England for long.
And even after 10 years of nothing,
it's
still there.
it's
It's
still
it's the same, bro.
Yes,
Sometimes, practically I'll speak to myself and
Yeah.
leave this shit, but it hurts.
Liverpool calm. Slot is a lot more calmer. There's a lot more respect for him, it looks like. Ten Hag has been dealing with respect issues in the dressing room, as we know.
Yeah.
Sancho put him to train the one time and then back and forth. Ronaldo,
Yeah, I think Slot won over his players very quickly.
There's a history of sometimes a player, Bruno Fernandes will sit on the bench after being subbed off, and then when they concede to Brighton, he's like,
And he smirks.
Yeah, I saw those images.
you know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah, it shows you that he doesn't really have the dressing
control
room.
of
the control isn't tight.
Yeah.
So I think that second half,
But does it? Sorry to interrupt. Does that not show that footballers also think about the game? And I'll remind you of me when I was playing football. I would, based on the atmosphere and environment of the game, I can feel that here I can score 2-3 goals.
Yeah.
Like you can feel it.
Yeah.
Right? You can feel it as a player, and then your coach pulls you off. And that you're like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Why?
Like,
Yeah.
I'm the only one out of all of us
Yeah.
that I know, based on the toughness of that I feel of the opponent.
Yeah.
Yes, in other areas of the pitch, maybe we'll have challenges. But
here, I can see this thing.
here,
Yeah.
these two central defenders
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see it.
I can do something here,
Yeah,
right?
I can squeeze.
And so it's almost like Bruno, although it was 1-1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean,
He knew it was
Bruno
coming.
is an attacking player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he can always pull off a magical something at any point.
Well, it's a pass.
He
or whatever.
knew
Short.
when he was jogging off, you could see that smile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that smile was saying, this dude
just
does
made
not
him-
know.
yeah.
He just made the biggest.
He just doesn't know
how
what's
do you-
happening.
Essentially, he was saying, how do you take me off and we want to win the game?
You're not reading the game right. Yeah.
You understand? So
And that now is a player who loses confidence in the
And that's
in
your
the-
captain.
in the thing. Yeah. Yeah.
you feel me? That's your captain. So
That's to my point, is like that one scenario and many others.
right.
It makes me think that for a big game like this, because of the pressure, the players will start to think for themselves, then maintain the
And
game
not
plan, whatever
follow-
they
yeah.
follow the plan.
Yeah.
Because of, again, it's one of those very few games where the emotions are always high.
Yeah.
Because of the culture,
Yeah.
right? The city gets together. It's a whole thing. The build up, obviously on TV.
Yeah.
You know, you seen the ad where it's Rashford there with this and
Yeah.
the flag, and it's like Liverpool,
Yeah.
and it's like the you know they like want to burn people with tattoos of United, because it's culture, right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
culture.
yeah.
So that, I think, it does two things to any player and any
Right.
and any team. It makes you die on the pitch to win,
Yeah.
or it makes you too scared to win.
To perform. Yeah. Yeah.
It makes those two things.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I think that United will be too scared to win with all the elements, versus Liverpool being like, guys, I know this is the biggest game.
So you think Man United is going to be pragmatic?
I think
they're gonna
I think
technically park the bus.
I think the emotions will supersede the tactics.
But this is our home, dog. We're used to this kind of pressure, Joe.
You would think so, but you haven't won in how long?
Ash.
You can't say you're used
and
to
you
the
just lost to Brighton last week, which
That's-
added more pressure.
Yeah.
There's pressure. I'm saying, and it's obviously you can always argue it's self-inflicted as a team, but at some point you need to have, either it's the coach or the players need to say, okay, guys, you know what, nah,
We need to catch a wake up.
we are obviously good enough. Obviously,
Yeah.
we're Manchester United,
Yeah.
but we have a recent, and that's the thing. It's recent. It's a recent history of topsy-turvy,
Yeah.
uncertainty.
Yeah.
You know, the Glazers.
Yeah.
They must buy, but you're fine. But now,
Buying players they don't need.
But now, if you want to bring morale to yourself, actually,
Yeah.
you say, my man, I'm playing against the only game that most people actually care about.
Yeah. Historically, yeah.
Let's shock everyone, because everyone thinks, I'm sure betting. We're going to betting now.
Yeah.
I'm sure betting.
Yeah, the betting slips, I'm sure.
I'm
are
telling you,
saying
man, the
Liverpool.
odds are in Liverpool's
Yeah.
favor.
Yeah.
But that's only because of recent years.
Yeah.
United should win this game. And it'll be that game where, if you win this game,
Yeah.
oh my man, I'm telling you, you stop people being like, you'll see Man United fans being like, you know what, I know Ten Hag guy.
Yeah.
Because that's where it comes. And then you focus on the plays. No, Bruno did this. Kobe Mino's another guy I like a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like
Mino
Mino a
is-
lot.
yeah.
I do like him.
Yeah, I think Kobe Manu is a special young boy.
He's very good.
Yeah,
so
it's very
so you have it. Your team is perfect, bro. You
I'd like to see Garnacho start.
right, fair.
I'd like to see Xerxes start as opposed to being subbed on. Le De Ligt, actually.
And you must get rid of Rashford.
I'm deliberately avoiding him.
When they predicted the Man United wins,
Yeah.
all of them were 2-1, 2-1, 2-1, 2-1.
Yeah, it seems to be 2-1 for some reason. I don't know why, but it's a safe score, 2-1 to assume.
It's a
When it
safe
comes to-
score, nah?
It's
Are they thinking-
a realistic score.
It's a realistic
It's realistic. Listen, and I don't want to take the wrong way where I'm thinking
They're
United.
thinking smash and grab.
Yeah, but I'm not saying like United can't win.
Yeah.
I'm actually saying this. United at home should win,
yeah.
every single home game.
Yeah, they really should.
It has
They
to be an
should win. It doesn't
expectation.
matter, even if it's Man City, you should win every single home game.
Yeah.
But for some reason, and I think a big element is the respect issue between the
Yeah.
players and Ten Hag.
And Ten Hag.
I think so. I don't think he has that much control where when he says something, the only thing a player's thinking is I need to action that. I need to action this plan.
Is that why
and
he's been trying to get more of the players that know him and that he knows
My
to
man.
have that influence?
But you see,
in
that's,
the
that
dressing
for
room?
me actually is a red flag, and that's how I look at it. He's trying to relive his past, so which says to me he's got no new ideas. Like, this worked for me before, so let me go make it. Try and take it the same template and bring it here. And so that scares me about him. Although so far he's brought in good players. I mean, we're talking about Botilechte, Anthony, although he's not playing as much as well. But I mean, you know, it's decent players. But that can't be a long-term strategy for Ten Hag.
I'm telling you, if Ten Hag didn't buy De Ligt, Slot was gonna buy him.
Probably would have.
I'm telling you now. Ne?
Were Liverpool looking for a centre back?
No, because he's Dutch.
Oh, so in terms of style of play, playing from the back.
Liverpool have Van Dijk, they have Gravenberch,
Yeah,
they have Gakpo.
yeah.
And Van Dijk hasn't renewed his contract, right? This is last season. Well,
Van
last
Dijk,
in terms
yeah.
of contract.
Trent, and more.
I wonder what's going to happen there.
I'm saying, so now you've got 3 Dutch players, you've got a Dutch coach. And again, it's not even about, it's the same thing like with Arsene Wenger and Arsenal.
Yeah.
The amount of French speaking.
players.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, but then again, it's not even, right? I mean, look, if you win, you win. Like, I don't
Yeah.
think fans care, right?
Yeah.
But like, it's like me being a Brazilian coach, Portuguese, and I'm like, I'm only getting players from Brazil, from Portugal, and that's it.
And also culturally, it's more familiar.
And then you mix with the players easier.
Right.
You literally can talk to them.
Communication is there.
You communicate with them. Maybe if there's a cultural similarity, you can relate.
True.
So I understand why, and that's why national teams are so important, right? Because you come together. I get it. So I understand that a lot of coaches do that.
Yeah.
But I think what makes certain coaches better, like Ancelotti, like Pep, they don't care. You bring the best.
Yeah.
Ancelotti had to deal with my man Marcelo, Toni Kroos, a Brazilian, a German, a Frenchman, because Spanish, and then there's all these pots, and then he's Italian.
Yeah.
He comes into the dressing room, and
that's a king of man.
Yeah.
he comes into the dressing room, and everyone sits down and listens.
Yeah.
Pep will come into a room. There's a Norwegian, there's a Brazilian, there's a German, there's an Englishman. And then they will come together, and still you listen. There's a Belgian.
Right.
There's a Belgian.
There's a Belgian.
Brazilian now.
These are all big egoed.
Big egos.
footballers.
Like, and I think football is a sport where you need to have coaches in general that match big egos. Period.
I've always said that.
Because all, and I think all the best coaches that we think of handled. They handle.
Yeah.
The only reason why Mourinho is one of the greatest
It's because he can do that.
is because he'll win. And everyone knows that the players that he has. My man, that guy had Ashley Cole and John Terry in the same team.
My man, that guy made Samuel Eto'o play left back in the Champions League final. Like Samuel Eto'o, my man, left back.
Yeah.
But guy,
And he did.
And he did it.
No, 100%.
So coaches that can handle big egos, and also because of the way football's going, the money that's being spent, players walk in, they spent 70 million on me, surely I'm good enough. You need to have a coach that says, my man, lovely, welcome. They like I said yes.
Yeah.
So now listen to me.
Yeah.
If you don't listen to me, we don't win. If you listen to me, we win. And then when the coach actually wins, then the rest of the football's like, you see Ancelotti, you see Pep,
They
you
gain
see
confidence in the manager as well.
so Alex Ferguson, and all these other coaches. So
Yeah.
but anyway,
I was gonna ask him about his betting slip.
yes, predictions.
Oh yeah.
Predictions now.
What is your weekend?
Prediction.
Your weekend before prediction. His current betting slip.
Okay.
What does it look like?
I've got a 20-leg slip that I cooked up yesterday morning.
Yeah.
I have got, it was a low bet. I've got 4 games to go.
Right.
And then Gija Fota.
So how are you doing? You've ticked all the other fixtures.
Yeah, I'm green. I've got 4 games to go, which are today.
Which are those 4 games?
Menu is in there.
Yeah.
So one thing about Menu, right? I've learned never to bet win or lose or what.
Right.
So what
you
I do,
bet in game.
In fact, all the games that I left, get it over 1.5 goals. That's the rest of my slip. Over 1.5 goals.
Okay.
So
Doesn't matter who scores.
I don't care. And that's why I know, I don't care who scores. Menu, you can't avoid it. I've stopped betting on menu, especially simply because of the emotional attachment to it.
Yes.
Emotionally, I always want to say menu will win.
Right.
And then what I did also, I said, okay, fine, menu win or draw. Hey, these niggas lose to like Boma Brighton. I'm like, fuck you. So now it's never that. Now it's over 1.5.
Okay.
Then there's gonna be goals. So it's sort of a safe.
What are the other 3 games?
I'll have to check, dog. I don't know. I have so many active bet slips that I don't necessarily keep track of all of them. But
so what
now.
we'll do, since he's our inaugural fantasy league winner for one of our fantasy leagues, we'll ask him to share the results of his betting slip, and then we put it on our socials and see how well you did.
Okay, I've got Newcastle and Tottenham at over 1.5 as well.
Yeah, no, that's
they're gonna score. Yeah.
So that's definitely, I'm looking forward to that.
Imagine the
And then Chelsea, Crystal Palace over 1.5.
Yeah, no, Chelsea.
Yeah. And then I've got Bayern Munich at over 1.5. So
who's Bayern playing?
Freiburg. That should be easy. That's a straight win actually, but the odds I think might have been better over 1.5 as opposed to just a straight win, because it's Freiburg.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair. So you'll share the results of the betting slip, and then we'll share them on the socials during the week.
But you know what happens
Let's see.
all the time? We were talking to one of our friends, Tikas, also Malo.
Yeah.
I had this most beautiful slip. 7,000 rands.
Right.
Bloody Madrid.
Paid a draw. Against Las Palmas.
Metro, at some point, around Boma 60 minutes, I think it was.
Yeah.
I had a cash out option there, just under Boma $2,000.
Wow. And you were like, nah.
And I'm like, nah. Madrid is gonna come. Yeah. But now, Bona, how stupid am I?
Yeah.
Even when cash out dropped to Boma 4 clipper,
you were still
I'm like, nah. I'm like, Madrid,
yeah, Madrid.
I think they had 8 minutes extra time or some shit like that.
Is it not that emotional
it is
thing
that.
playing?
So
Madrid. You
know what I mean? So
they've got Mbappe, they've got
it
Vini.
is exactly that.
Yeah.
I think the smartest thing to do when it comes to betting,
just go cold
if
turkey.
you've got profit, it doesn't matter how much. Maybe it matters a bit, but if you bet $50 and you've got a 400 rand cash out, take it.
Because you'll still be able to bet again anyway.
You can bet again and try again. Take your man, Nicho. So but I'll share it anyway.
Yeah.
But it might be a loss, but I'm gonna share it anyway. And I'm gonna cook another one for today.
So what's one, because I don't bet, man.
Yeah.
I don't love betting. I don't understand it. For me, it's an emotional roller coaster that I'm already emotionally invested in the sport.
Exactly,
Now that it's my money.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, all right. Now I'm out here watching Wolves versus Nottingham Forest.
Yeah.
Yo, please, I want you, please score.
Yeah.
I'm fine. What are your tips for how in terms of how you go about your,
how do you select your fixtures, maybe?
yeah, and how do you decide, like you're saying, instead of saying, okay, how many corners, goals, who's gonna score, you say, okay, I'll just go 1.5, it's safer. What makes you what are your maybe 1 or 2 tips where you're like, okay, when I look at a potential slip, this is what I look out for, or even I avoid completely, because obviously you don't play every game. What are games you look like, I'm not even gonna attempt, because
Joe, they're your obvious, or what you can assume your obvious winners are. So the first tip is, don't have a lot of legs on your slip and bet high. So for argument's sake, if I say Real Madrid is going to win, Barcelona's going to win, Man City is going to win.
Right.
That's not a lot of odds. That's maybe 4.05 odds.
Right.
Which means, but if you put 1,000 rands on that,
right,
you get 4,000 rands. So you made 3,000 rand profit type of thing. That's 4 odds, but it's a lot of money. So look at it that way. Don't look, and then do that frequently.
Right.
Then when you look back in a couple of days' time, you've made quite a lot of money.
Right.
It's very tempting to have a lot of legs, because obviously the money gets more. But the more legs you have, the riskier the ticket.
Of course.
You know what I mean? So right now, I'm running a 20-leg slip.
And you got 4 fixtures to go.
Yeah, I got 4 fixtures to go. But yeah, so I'd say less legs and bet high on those ones. That's probably the first thing. And then, I don't know, maybe the second tip is avoid high odds. Like sometimes look at it as a marathon more than you know. We all wanna win 1 million rands, but it's not realistic. You're gonna end up causing yourself a lot of problems.
You can get to 1 million rands by winning a lot of times.
Exactly. You can get there by winning a lot of times.
Hey,
So
man, there's a whole stretch. I can see a whole stretch around this.
That's what I'm saying.
Dog, I thought you were gonna ask about my biggest win. There's a big strategy, obviously. There always is, bro.
Yeah. How does that
do
work?
you want to share? Or?
Yeah.
Biggest win? It wasn't that much, but I mean, 10,000 rands off of 100 rand bet. 10 games.
And how many? 10 games.
10 games. And they were all straight wins. So there was no corners or other markets.
You went for straight
It
wins.
was all straight wins. That's risky. That's a risky strategy because
Yes. How many of them games were playing home and how many were away? Because I imagine
it was a mixed match. But when you know, betting there's something that tells you to do this.
There's a what?
That tells you. Your ancestors will tell you,
Shout
bro.
out to the underground gang.
My man, do this. And then I always say with a buddy of mine, 1,000 rands a day is enough to keep the tax collectors. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nah, I want that big win at some point. I mean, boys are buying S3s and shit on from Betway money. Wow. People are making big moves, Joe.
Yeah.
Marathon now.
Yeah.
1,000 rands a day
It's
on
enough.
average. Sometimes it doesn't happen for a whole month.
Right.
I won't lie to you.
Right.
You lose consistently. But sometimes it does and it's good.
And you feel good about it. You're like, next week.
A random withdrawal, you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
It feels good.
Yeah. And I always withdraw my money cash because I do e-wallet. So I withdraw via e-wallet. Going to the ATM
good.
and
Feels good.
pulling your 3 grand. It feels good. So.
Fair. Okay.
Yeah,
No, man.
I'm too emotional to bet. Though.
I'm not, dog. I will, my man. You see me on my knees,
if
bro.
ever, I'd probably go bet like badminton or something. I have no emotions.
But you must remember, we also actually bet on other things, right? Football is probably the constant, but there's tennis that I also enjoy.
Basketball,
Basketball I also enjoy as well.
Can
Formula 1 used to be a short bet.
I was about to
now,
say, my man.
things have changed a bit.
Formula 1.
Yeah, Formula 1, but Max is not, he's doing things differently now. But I mean, you bet there's a lot of markets to bet. Rugby is a good one.
Yeah, sports for me is too much of a passion for me to bet like that. Hey, man.
Okay, so then just to close off, man.
Look, this has been great. First episode of the new season. Look, we've got some really cool ideas that we're gonna try and implement this season. As you can see, the setup is changed. We've got Bongs and the team from Artsake Productions.
There's awards.
There's awards.
Yes.
We are still unscripted, but at least we have a structure of what we must talk about. It's not
last season,
Last season we were erratic. We were erratic last season.
Bruh.
Just talk about everything the whole freaking time, But I think we took a lot of lessons from last season. We are regular football fans. It's not like podcasting is our thing.
Nah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
this type of conversation would happen anywhere,
behind
bright stand,
exactly.
at a social, at a club, in the parking lot,
at work. I swear,
man,
I've got this colleague, man. Every Monday he comes through. A guy called Paul. This guy will come through. He's a big Liverpool fan. Big McLaren fan of Formula 1. I promise you a good hour before we even start our day. You engage this conversation. So you're right. Absolutely everywhere. Man.
Yeah, man. So obviously, like I said earlier, we've got now the Saudi Pro League Fantasy League. Please, guys, join. We're gonna put it on the socials. We're gonna share it in our WhatsApp groups.
We're gonna have a lot more competitions.
Yeah, we're gonna have lots more fun. We're gonna have the Spy2 quiz is gonna come. I know we did it last year.
Yeah, a few times.
Where me, Taco, and Tikas were messing around. We're gonna try and bring a whole bunch of stuff. We still maintain. We are at the Conversation Lounge at Black Brick in Sandton.
Beautiful place, man.
You're a football fan. Come through. There's couches over there behind the cameras.
There's space, There's space for
space.
gang,
I know Bongs was smirking and chuckling when you were talking about
United.
Man United. You know what I mean? I don't know what you support, but you're way too quiet. You're like, I'm not engaged.
Like, I'm not gonna say anything.
But like we literally engage with everyone. The camera people, friends who are here. So come through. Let's talk about football. Let's have fun. Let's enjoy Fantasy League.
Yeah, bro.
Let's
and let us know from the conversation today what you guys think. How you guys think?
Yeah. What do you guys think?
For the following week's picks, of course, because this comes out.
Champions League.
Yeah.
The new format.
Yeah.
I mean, that's gonna come through. The Fantasy League will come through, but this new format.
Have the conversation.
How's that? How do you guys feel about that format? More games, more high-profile games, as they put it. The African Football League, more teams.
Yeah.
I don't know why Kaizer Chiefs is in the African Football League. What have
Why,
they won?
George?
What have they won, my man?
What do you mean? Where? How?
It's my virtue of being African.
And actually, that was one of the contentions. I remember when the AFL was saying they're expanding the league.
Yeah.
People were saying, who are these teams? Like, they got teams from Botswana and teams that are not necessarily consistent in Champions League or Confederations Cup.
No,
So-
they just want to mix and match.
So a lot of Pirates and Sundowns fans were like, yo, what is Chiefs doing here? Like, what have they won?
Whoa.
But yeah, man, so first episode done and dusted.
Lovely.
Next week, we're back.
Lovely to see you guys.
Yeah, man.
Shout out KG.
Thank you
Shout
so
out to
much for
KG,
having
my
me.
guy.
I really had
Our
a good
first
time.
Fantasy League
Thank you
owner,
so much for
a
having me.
winner,
Yeah.
a champion who's here. And there you go.
Yeah,
There you
bro.
go. Shout out to Outsake Productions.
Yeah.
Shout out to Black Brick. Shout out to Dan.
Shout out to Ria.
Shout out to Tika Sentato.
Yeah.
Look, we this thing's not paying us, guys. So people might think we're doing this thing and we're making money. Look, we are fans just like everyone.
No,
We're doing this because we love the game.
Yeah, and I want Betway to come here.
Yeah, man. Betway, 10bet, everybody.
What's the Hollywood bets? All the bets.
All the bets. Let's go. We've got
Super
KG.
bets.
Here's your bet guy. Him, Tato, and Tigers actually.
Yeah. We actually maybe should have a section of like where you just talk about like we have you guys and we just
Tactics.
for like betting.
Betting tactics.
Because we have a lot of fans who
We
bet.
could do like a live sort of bet slip type
Bet
of thing.
slip, yeah.
we could do that. I mean, it's a game.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah, we target games, simultaneously, and then
Right.
we do a quick 10-leg and see who wins between all of us. That would be cool. That would be cool.
That's a good idea.
But hey guys, appreciate you though.
Yeah, appreciate everyone. Guys, please follow. I know we don't talk much. We don't engage much on the socials. Hey, man, we old guys. We'll get the youngsters to come and cook, as they say. Hey, we'll get them to come and cook. And you see, he's laughing there. The young guy is laughing.
He's just teaching us how to do a Instagram video.
Yeah.
Too cool.
Yeah, so we'll get there. We'll get there. So
Sure.
we'll be more consistent this season. So engage on the YouTube episodes, on the channels. The guest list is gonna come back. I know we
There's
only
gonna
had
be a lot more segments, everything.
Yeah.
Things are
I know
changing.
we had one pilot episode of the guest list. That's gonna come back. We're gonna have lost tapes. We're gonna have a whole bunch of really cool stuff. We're gonna film from other areas of Black Brick. We're gonna film Masters games, social games. Just watch out. Check out that logo. You never know where you might see us. But yeah, let's keep supporting. And please, if your first love was a football team,
Hey, cut. Hey.
Let's be controversial.
okay, let's not be controversial. All right, that's it. Thanks, gents. It's all good.
Sure.
Peace.